Hey guys, just a quick update on what I'm doing with my NVIDIA rig. So you may have heard that, you probably have heard if you have anything to do with mining, there's a 100% LHR unlock finally. So it's utilizing either NiceHash or MB Miner. NiceHash was first, then about a day later, a bit less than a day later, MB Miner had theirs out. So I foresee that probably the other miners will reverse engineer this, given that most miners use freeware. So all the other coders can look at their source code and reverse engineer it and whatnot. So yeah, pretty much I would expect the other miners to come up with this, but at the moment MB Miner is the only way you can run it in Linux, so HiveOS. So that's the way that I'm running it. You can see the hash rates that I'm getting. I don't push my cards to the absolute max because I prefer a little bit more efficiency than max hash rate, as you guys probably already know. So yeah, 47.5 or so on the 3060 Ti, 60.5 to 61.5. 3070, 61.7. So yeah, those can all get pushed up a whole bunch, but I actually tried to use similar or the same clocks that I had set previously. I did bump them all down. They were all at 2600 memory, but I bumped them all down to 2500. And I did play with the core clocks a little bit. They were set well to the more efficient end. I did bump them up a little bit. This whole rig is now at a 0.4 efficiency, which makes me feel a lot better about this rig. It used to be a whole lot worse. It was like 0.33 or something, and yeah, that was pretty horrific. Didn't make me feel very good about having this rig, but I also did want to keep it for diversity purposes, so that when things like this, like a 100% LHR unlock comes out, then I still, benefit from that. Even though I don't benefit as much as someone who was fully LHR cards, I still benefit to some extent because, I've just increased my hash rate a bunch. So about 10, pretty much like 10 mega hash per card. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, about 50 mega hash extra. But yeah, obviously the difficulty on ETH is going up, so that kind of balances out. If we look up the ETH difficulty on 2 miners, actually I look at the network hash rate usually, you can see it's starting to trend up. It hasn't really gone like too crazy yet. You can see 1.08 petahash back then, which is what we're at now. But when you zoom out, I find this weird. On the zoomed out graph, usually you get less detail from a zoomed out graph, but it's showing, like, it's skipping a whole bunch of the, like, these other spikes, but showing the current spike, so it looks like it's just gone straight up. But if you zoom in on like a more accurate graph, it's not like shooting up like unreasonably so. Yeah, so I don't know, I found that kind of interesting. But yeah, it is still going up. For those who are wondering how to do this, I did have a little bit of troubles myself. For one, this rig, you might notice it's actually a new rig. It's a different rig. Probably wouldn't notice that. It used to be named something else, 8 GPU NVIDIA. So I had to reflash the drive and just create a new rig because on the old rig I actually couldn't connect via shell in a box. Nothing would work. I would try, so you come into here and user is always the username, and now the password is 1. But previously I tried the password as 1, I tried it as, like, some of my other rigs, like my 6600 rig, the password is the password as it's set in the settings. So this password here is like just a randomly generated password, but that's the one that gets me into here. and I use this one so often that I have it memorized. And it's just a random sequence of numbers, but like, tried everything with that NVIDIA rig and could not get into the miner like that. So that gave me another reason to flash the drive. So I flashed the drive and checked it in, thought it'd boot up and work. It did not. For starters, it had to download the miners, which took absolutely ages because everyone was trying to download everything. I thought I'd kind of missed out on that because I waited, you know, like 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours or something. But no, everything is still extremely congested at HiveOS. So what I ended up doing was reflashing the drive, which gave me this version, 510.60.02. Had to wait for it to download the miners and then boot it all up, put it into 2 flight sheets like this so my non-LHR cards can still be on Gminer, and then it didn't work at all. Couldn't figure it out why, so tried updating to 510.68.02, but that was a no-go because it was going to take like 2.5 hours based at a like 47 kilobyte per second download speed. So yeah, that was a no-go. Cancelled that. Searched around like YouTube and saw other people that were getting the unlock with this. Just rebooted it one time randomly and it just worked. But then my autofan wasn't working. My autofan decided to set, I think it was one of these 3060 Ti gigabytes to 0% fans. So yeah, the temperatures just shot up to like 67 degrees and had to stop the miner, which was infuriating. But I don't know why autofan failed. I don't know why the miner wasn't even starting up. Like, it wasn't starting up at all. These would come up with NA. For some of the time, Gminer would come up as mining on these 2 GPUs, and then the rest would pop up NA, and then it would go away, and then it'd come back up NA. And I was looking at the miner side, like trying to figure it out. There's some weird stuff going on. It wouldn't connect to the pool for some reason. No idea why. Changed a whole heap of stuff, like switched pools. Switched server at the pool, and then switched back, and then after a while everything just started working. No idea why, but yeah. It's working now. So that's kind of all I really care about. So probably something interesting to note with all of this. A lot of people used to use maybe still do, use dual mining on LHR GPUs to increase their profits because they can mine Toncoin or ALF without losing too much ETH hashrate. But everyone is switching to NiceHash or MB Miner, so people are leaving Toncoin. So that leaves an opportunity. We've got around $1 a day profit here for this specific calculation I'm doing, which is 7.17 gigahash, 141 watts. This shows up in US dollars, so that's my US dollar electrical price. So we're now up to $1.46, and it does keep going up. It was $1.44. Okay, went down that time, but it's gone up from about like 93, 97, 99 cents, $1.03, 97 cents. Now it's currently $1.44, $1.43. It's gone up by about 40% or so. So yeah, it shows people are moving their LHR cards off of dual mining Ton and putting it onto fully unlocked ETH. And for those of us with AMD cards, we know that there is no reason for us not to dual mine Ton with these. We don't lose any hash rate on Ethereum, so we can go ahead and dual mine Ton at a higher profit now. So this same setup would have been making like $1 yesterday, or maybe 2 days ago. But now it's making $1.43. So that hash rate is exactly what I can get on my 6600 rig for 1400 core clock, which is like a moderate efficiency. So 7.17 gigahash at an extra 141 watts at the wall. And yeah, so I might consider doing that, but honestly I'm not the most bullish on Toncoin. But if you're someone who's already mining Toncoin and is bullish on Toncoin, then this LHR 100% unlock is not just good news for people with LHR cards, it's also great news for people who dual mine Ton, because your profit's going up. The network difficulty is going down. If you have a look at all the pools, you can see it all dropping off as well. The past couple of days, there's a whole bunch of hash rate dropping off of all the Toncoin pools, and presumably jumping into Ethereum, which is shown in the Ethereum hash rate going up. So yeah, good news for anyone who mines Ton, dual mines Ton on the AMD cards. People who have NVIDIA cards, like full hash rate ones, yeah, not so great. Because all this will do is, for them, is increase the network difficulty. So yeah, anyone who's got like mining specific cards like the A2000s or CMP series, or NVIDIA older series of cards, or already full hash rate cards, they're all disadvantaged by this because of the Ethereum network hash rate going up. But people who have LHR cards, which is myself, and people who have AMD cards who want to dual mine Ton, which also could be myself, are both benefiting from this because of decreased hash rate over on Ton and extra hash rate on your LHR GPUs. So yeah, I think I actually might crack the 1 gigahash mark. Or I might get close. Or maybe I've done my math wrong. Yeah, this is going to say I've got 7 cards offline at the moment, but I don't actually. No, I thought I was going to be close to the to the gigahash mark, but no, I think I'm still a bit off. Because I sold a 6600 XT, that's what it is. I would have had another 32 megahash. You guys might remember I had a Micron memory 6600 XT. Well, I no longer have that. Sold it to a gamer. Makes no difference for gaming. In fact, Micron memory is good for overclocking. But it was using an extra 10 watts. And to be honest, like, I buy AMD cards because they're efficient. And that's basically like the only selling point to me. They're efficient. Like, there's nothing else. So to have an AMD card that's not efficient, like, there was just no point in me owning it. So I just sold that one, and actually the price has gone down since I sold it, so not too cut up about that. I could buy a 6600 non-XT for like obviously a lot less than I sold that one for, and then be only like 3 megahash down, but like 20 watts or something down. So yeah, it was a good decision, I would say. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got for this video. Anyone dual mining Ton, enjoy your extra profits. I don't know if it will last forever, but it should be pretty positive for us right now. It does seem to be variable though. It was at like $1.44 before, and now $1.42, just for this specific rig. So I don't know, it could fluctuate quite a bit, but so far this is what I've seen. Its profitability has gone up, and it could go up potentially over the next few days and weeks as other miners get 100% unlocks, or as just more people shift over to these miners that do have 100% unlocks already. Alright, that's pretty much all I got for this video, so leave a like, comment, and subscribe if this helped you out in any way. Obviously this wasn't really a tutorial on how to do it, just like an update on what I'm doing. But yeah, there's heaps of tutorials out there, so check out some some of those other crypto miners for a tutorial kind of on how to do this. I just had so much difficulties with it that I'm probably not the best person to give a tutorial on it. Yeah, good luck. MB Miner version 41 is the one that's fully unlocked. Anyway, have a great day and see ya.